It's Freestyle Friday!
Coming in hot with quick shots of inspiration on a variety of topics.
All right, this is for all my network marketing professionals out there. 2022 is right around the corner. Do you have a plan for growing your business? I mean, seriously, do you have a plan, a strategy to grow your business? Sandy and I created the 90-Day Habits brand, a 90-Day Habits journal, a 90-Day Habits planner around what we do, what we focus on every 90 days in our network marketing business, because what you track grows. Now, this planner and this journal, it's meant to be a tool for you, a resource to you, an accountability buddy for you to track and measure what you do daily, weekly, monthly, and in a 90-day business cycle. Now, the best way to utilize it is for you to use these tools yourself, but is to grab an accountability partner and do it together and send what you do each day to each other. Even better than that, get your whole team on board. You get your whole team on board doing a 90-day cycle together with the 90-Day Habits journal and planner. Watch your business grow. Watch your focus grow. Watch your confidence grow. Watch your momentum grow. Watch your impact grow. It's time for you to level up. Start 2022 with the 90-Day Habits planner and journal linked in the show notes. Grab the bundle and use Getting Magnetic 15 for 15% off. Now let's get to the show.
It's the holiday season, and Wade and I are sitting here talking about
On the ground
in our studio as our daughter sleeps in the room over from us. We're praying she doesn't wake up.
Oh man, praying we don't need to go do a binky run.
But we're just talking about the season and how it's our absolute favorite, and just how one of the main things that rings true in this time is giving more than you receive. And so we started talking about giving, and we kind of wanted that to be today's topic.
Yeah. And, I heard this, I feel like I heard Denzel Washington say this, and anything he says, like, I just believe is profound. But he was like, you want to know how to get to the best feeling possible? And he's like, there are a few things that feel better, but the best thing possible that you can do is giving. And it's one of the most selfish things we can do because of how we feel after it. And think about that. Like when you give, like how good does it feel? It feels so good. There's a feeling of happiness and joy inside of you when you help someone else, when you give them a gift, when you give them your time, when you just help a random stranger, hold the door open and they smile, or give someone a hug, whatever it is. That giving produces such a good feeling inside of us that it's almost like Denzel said, one of the selfish things we can do. And it's the season of giving. And I think just it's such a great time to give our time, to give our love, to give to others. And I remember, Sandy, was it last year, the Whole Foods story? Mm-hmm. That's such a good one.
Okay, so last year I was sitting in a Whole Foods parking lot, and I saw a homeless gentleman standing in the parking lot, and he had a sign and it said, "Praying for a miracle." And I was watching him and watching how people were walking past him and kind of ignoring his existence. And I thought, gosh, what is it like to be him? And then I thought, what is a miracle to him? Like, he's sitting there with a sign that says praying for a miracle. Like, what is a miracle? So after observing him for a while, I got out of my car and I walked over to him and I said, "What's a miracle to you?" And he said, "A hug." And so him and I embraced in the Whole Foods parking lot, and we hugged, and it was this special moment. I literally was like filled with joy of being able to like fulfill his miracle. And my eyes were full of water. They were like dumping out of my eyes. We literally embraced for like a full minute. We're just like holding each other, rocking in the parking lot, me and this homeless man. And when we released, I was like, "Can I get you any groceries or anything?" And he's like, "No, you just gave me everything that I needed." And it was like the most beautiful thing. And so I think sometimes, like, if you have that openness to how can I give, and it doesn't always have to be monetary or an actual gift, how can you give a piece of you? How can you give a part of you? How can you make someone's day or world better? That was like a really special moment for me. I always love looking out for things like that. Like, how can I help someone that's in need?
That is seriously the best. And I think oftentimes we think of giving as giving our money or gifting or giving presents or giving Christmas presents. And of course, that's a form of it. But what you realize is the human connection is the best form of giving, right? Like that hug meant everything for someone who we conceive or perceive has nothing, right? A homeless man, all he wanted and needed was a hug. He didn't want food or money or anything else, just a hug. And so
Human connection, I feel like touch is that's like one of the greatest things you can give, right? Like when you're having a hard time and someone like pats you on the back or gives you a hug or like puts their hand on your arm or I don't know, like acknowledges you in that way, it's like you suddenly feel a sense of relief.
totally. I realize that too. Like sometimes when Sandy's feeling stressed out, like right above her heart or her middle of her chest or collarbone, like if I just press and hold my hand there, it's like this sense of like
I instantly
safety
feel
and
calm. I'm like,
security.
oh, keep your hand there. It's like let's open up that heart chakra and calm me down.
Or even baby Cam, who I just had to go make a binky run while she was crying. But what I realized is like earlier, she was crying in there in her crib alone, and all it took was me to go in and hold her and she's calm. And it's like, and then she fell asleep in my arms. And it's just like, I just wanted human connection and touch. And it's very powerful. And as is our words, like an affirmation is giving.
I think compliments are huge. Like every single one of us can be giving compliments every single day. How often do you think, oh my gosh, that dress looks so cute on that girl, or that guy has such a vivacious personality, but you keep it in your head and you never say it out loud. Like, don't keep it in your head. Give the compliment. Tell the person. You never know how that could absolutely like just change their day.
Sandy is such a giver too. And there's something about like the holiday season, right? It brings out the best in us. Like in shopping for holiday gifts and presents and everything, I almost feel like money is no object almost. It just becomes different. It's like Monopoly money. It's like, oh my gosh, yes, we got to give them this. Versus like normal course, that might be like, do we have to spend this much? But like during Christmas, it's just like, yes. And I remember last year, Sandy and I, which we got to get our hundos back. We haven't had our hundos in our wallet for a while. Sandy and I carry $100 bills in our wallet, not to spend. It's there if we need it, but just to signify abundance is there. It's within reach. It's always there.
It's so you can't ever say, oh, I don't have cash. It's like, because that's a limiting belief and that's a limiting thing to say, oh, I don't have any money or I don't have any cash. We always have cash, right?
And we had a few hundreds on us and we were in Home Depot doing some DIY project, and there's this super nice man and he helped us, and you could just tell he was so sweet. And I think he was going to be working on Christmas or something.
And he said he just ended a 25-year career with Disney and he got laid off because of COVID, and he didn't want to be working at Home Depot, but it was the only job he could find.
That's right. And we both left and checked out the register, and it was like we were pulled and called back to this man. And I was like, babe, should we give him 100? And she was like, I was hoping you were going to say that. And so we were both thinking the same thing. So I ran back and gave him $100 bill, and not to like toot our own horn, but just like the sense of his sense of overwhelming gratitude, more from the gesture. You could tell like it wasn't about the $100. It was the gesture, and the connection was everything. And I think what Sandy brought up earlier, which just came back to me, I was trying to think, how can I give this holiday season? We're buying people gifts and stuff, but she was like, I think she challenged me or something. She was like, next time you're out or you're at breakfast or Starbucks or out somewhere, like pick up someone or everyone's like coffee or their lunch or whatever. And I was like, oh, I love that, because it's kind of the what's it called, pay it forward, because when someone receives that, they're like, wait, I want to do that. So I think the goal of this episode is just to pay it forward and spread giving in the world, and really lean into the holiday season and the giving season and the gratitude season.
I think it's so cool how one idea can spark a whole ripple effect of a bunch of other good things happening. And so our intention is like, let's plant a little seed in a bunch of your brains about how we can all be more giving in our compliments, in our physical touch, in our words of affirmation, maybe in, physical gifting, whatever it may be. But how can you give someone a gift? How can you extend yourself more than you may have had you not listened to this? And let's all do it together.
Yes, and Sandy reminded me too to bring it home. Our CPA is our good friend, and he was like, I just want to make sure this number is correct. This is the amount you gifted in 2020 when he was doing our taxes last year. He's like,
I've never seen
there
any.
must be a mistake here. Like that is far too high as a percent. And we were like, no,
That's how our business
right.
works.
That's how our business works. Our business is just very recognition heavy, very team people focused, very giving. And he was like, oh, wow. Okay. And I think it made him think like, whoa, like maybe about his own business. And
We
I
got
know
a really
he's-
good gift from him after that.
Yeah, he's now
kidding.
very charitable and treats his employees very well. But
He's
that
always
was a
been
cool thing, too.
charitable.
He always has. No, not from that. I was just saying he gives as well. But he was like, this is next level. But anyways, call to action. How can we give this holiday season more than presents, but our time, our love, our touch, our presence, whatever that is?
Sending you all lots of love.
Merry Christmas. Only those that can see the invisible can do the impossible.
So remember, you are magnetic.